So I'm going to show you how to do this look today. This is sort of like the pretty zombie is spreading. Let's say a zombie just bit me on my arm. It's going to spread from here to the rest of my face. I just ate brains. However you want to interpret that, this is the look that you have. And I will show you that if you stick around and keep watching. Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do that zombie makeup for your show. This is kind of a pretty zombie, so we're not going to go too crazy on the blood. That is unless you want to. So, first thing that I'm going to do, I've already done this side of my face. Since I want my zombie spread to be over this patch of the eye like you just saw, I'm going to put, I've already drawn my eyebrows and I'm going to do some smoky eyes first. So let me show you how I do my smoky eyes. When you do smoky eyes, you want to start off with a very, very dark black base. So what I use is MAC's Fluid Line in Black Track, so you can see what it is. Here, it's MAC Fluid Line Black Track, and it's just a gel liner. But I know that there's a lot of makeup companies out now, especially, that have this for a very cheap price, kind of like their own version of it. So I'm going to start off by putting that all over the eye with, and I'm using a little tiny brush, and I'm just spreading that over the whole eye. Now, as I do this, you don't want to be too neat, but you don't want to go crazy either. I'm just spreading that over the eye, see, it's not that neat, and then I'm using my finger to kind of blend it up. And I want to do this before it actually fully dries. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Just cover my whole eye. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get at it. So it's just like working with charcoal. If you ever worked with charcoal, you just spread that all over the eye. Okay, this one's a little blacker, so I'm going to add a little bit more to here. And especially if you're performing in this kind of makeup, you want to avoid creasing, and that's why I'm using Fluid Line, because Fluid Line, once it dries, it's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Not even if you're on bath salts. Alright, not encouraging drug juice. Not encouraging that. Oh, also I'm going to put that on the bottom as well. Right here under the lash line. Again, doesn't have to be neat, but try to keep it in a nice area. Okay, same with the other eye. Okay, so I'm putting the Fluid Line here. Now I'm going to get some eyeliner. This is where you're going to grab your black pencil liner, and you're just going to line the inside of your waterline. Now when I say waterline, I mean this inside part of the area. Grab the pencil and just rub that in there. Do the same with the other eye. And you see right now this kind of looks like a hot mess. Don't worry about it too much. Okay, I'm just kind of evening it out a little bit with the pencil. If you want to know what pencil I'm using Smolder from MAC. You don't have to buy this one. It's kind of expensive, so I would suggest just buying any black eyeliner you already own, or any black eyeliner that you're familiar with, like Wet n Wild or one of those. So now I'm going to take my black eyeshadow. Right now I'm using Carbon Black from MAC. And I'm taking a nice tight fluffy brush, the way I described it to you guys in a list. It's a nice tight brush. What I mean is that there's a lot of fibers, really nice and tight. So it's going to deposit the most color. So that's why I use this for this. On top of the Fluid Line, I'm just going to start patting the black eyeshadow. This is going to intensify the black, and this is where you can kind of make it a little neater. And right now I'm going a little bit above my crease. And as I'm going above my crease, I'm sort of blending that in. it to this side. You see how much blacker that looks? Love my black track. And I'm going the same underneath. Now I'm going a little higher than I normally would with doing a smoky eye because this is a little more monster-like, so we don't really go too pretty with this. Even though I did say pretty zombie, but what are you gonna do? Okay, now what I'm gonna do to blend this out, so you see how it's kind of rough looking? I'm gonna take that same carbon black, and I'm going to take the fluffy brush and just sort of start blending that out on my crease. And I'm going to go in here on the corners of my eye, the inner corners, and just spread that black out. Go a little bit up, upward motions, a little bit towards the eyebrow. And then we're going to drag it a little bit under the eye here to kind of give you that sallow bag, Tim Burton-esque look. Do the same with the other side. A little tip when applying eyeshadow, whether it's smoky eye or just any sort of everyday shadow, it's best to start off little by little and then build it up. Because it is easier to add on than it is to take away. Also, this eye, since it's going to be covered full of that green cream paint, I'm not really too concerned with it looking too perfect. So you see I'm going to spread it out here under the eye. Just blend that out. Beautiful, ready for the clip. Okay. Now I'm going to mix this color a little bit with a little bit of an orange color. This is just something I like to add to warm up this area a little bit so it's not too much of a mess. And right now I'm using red brick. You don't have to use red brick. You could just use any sort of brown eyeshadow you have. And I'm going right here where between the area of my eyebrow and my eye crease. I'm just blending a little bit of the color there so it doesn't look too empty. And also it just warms it up a bit. Okay, so now we have our deep black eyes nice and done for the most part. You're going to see me kind of going back and forth, like fixing a couple of things, but it's just what I like to do after I start looking at the overall picture. Okay. Oh, and I didn't mention the brush I'm using is a really loose fluffy brush. Why I use this loose fluffy brush is because it spreads the color really nicely and it blends. My favorite brush. This one's actually Max 224. So if you want more details about it, you can always go to the website, and it's the 224 brush. Okay, now I'm going to start with the zombie makeup. I'm going to get this little triangle brush. These you can get at any sort of cosmetic store. And I'm going to take this cream makeup. This is a gray one. I just found it at Party City, especially now with all the Halloween stuff coming out. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my sponge, kind of dab it. I have it on a little sort of tray. You can see here, this little tiny tray. I have everything all ready to go. And I'm sort of just dabbing it in there. I only got maybe this much. And around the area where I'm going to draw an outline, my little zombie skin shredded area, I'm just going to apply, sort of pat, and apply the gray.